everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video about scripting on Roblox Studio. Today we are going to be making a GUI transition screen. This means that you'll go from a visible screen to a black screen and then back to a visible screen by clicking a button. Over and over again, it will do it. This is just an example on how to make it. You can do whatever you want with it. But as long as you follow the video, you'll know what to do. First, create a screen GUI into start a GUI. Make sure the reset on spawn is turned off. Now, insert a frame. Rename this frame transition. I spelled it wrong. Oh well. Just kidding. No, I need to change it. But anyway, we need to change the size of this transition screen. Okay. We also need to change the color to black because that's what most transition screens are black. So now, and change this transition screen at first. Oop, that's not what I wanted. It sent me to the developer thingy. Anyway, change the size to 1, 0, 1, 0. I did it wrong. Hold on 1 second. I don't want this film. Okay. 1, 0. Alright. Enter that in. It'll fill in your screen at first. Then, what you need to do is, in Roblox, it fills your screen in. But as you know, in Roblox games, they have a bar across the top with the button to escape the game or get out of it, and to also see your stored items like tools and stuff like that. In the top bar on the very top of your screen, every game has it. So in order to bypass that, it'll be better if you do 1, 0, 1.2, 0. And obviously change the anchor point of the transition screen to 0.5, 0.5. Then move it accordingly to the center of the screen. Alright, there you go. You now have your transition screen frame ready. So now we have to start the scripting process. But before we do that, we must create a random button. Just any button, doesn't have to say anything. Just you gotta have it do something. I like to change my button's name to button, just to make it better. So button, there we go. Delete that. I keep hitting F12, which means record. So I'm using a totally different software to record, which I don't want to use Roblox's. I use OBS Studio. If you don't know, it's in the bottom of my screen. It's hard not to miss. Anyway, now starting the scripting process. Insert a local script into screen GUI. Rename this local script into main script. No spaces. Delete everything in that script. And now we're starting fresh. So now we need to get local player equals game dot players dot local player. No matter what you do in GUIs, you always need a player. And you may not need it for this tutorial, but you may need it for your other GUIs that deal with players. So in this case, you can leave it, although you do not need it for this tutorial because it's not dealing with the players, it's dealing with GUIs and buttons and all that. So anyway, skip 2 lines. If you didn't have it there, then you can do it there. Anyway, we're going to start off with identifying our frame and our button. So we're going to do local button equals script dot parent dot button. Next, we're going to do local frame frame equals script dot parent dot transition. There you go. Now we're going to start with the tedious process of making a transition. So we need to start out with making 2 local functions. Now local functions are dealing with player, which means only the player will see it happen once you hit the button. That means no one else will see it, so it's good. It's the only client, and it'll actually save you from making even more scripts and having to. It's just crazy. Anyway, we start off with doing local function. We're gonna call it visible, and then we're going to actually make it lowercase visible. You always want to start out with stuff with lowercase letters. That way you can, if you need to say the thing again, you can do it with a capital letter. It's very easy that way. Anyway, start off with visible. We need to have a wait in here of about 0.05 seconds. Then we're going to do frame dot background transparency. We first need to actually go to our transition frame, make the transparency 1, and make it visible. As you see, it'll actually make so you can see it. So you won't see it, but it's still there. So we're gonna do frame.background transparency equals itself, which is frame.background transparency. What's it? Is it minus? Minus is visible. I forgot. Yeah, minus. Let's say 0.1 every 0.1. So this means you'll have to do it about 10 times in order to get it to do it smoothly. Now, if you increase that number, you lessen the amount of things you have to copy and paste. But if you increase the number, it'll look choppy. You want it to look smooth as a transition should. So, we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it about 9 more times. So, Control V, enter, Control V, enter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Alright. So, this will only play when your transition screen is background transparency equals 1. Okay? And it'll decrease it all the way up to 0. Once it goes to 0, it's done. So then after that, we wait a little bit, and then it will increase its transparency up until 1, and then it'll be not visible, and then you can do it again over and over again. So we are going to copy this local function, and we're going to paste it under it, and we're going to call it not visible with the capital V in there. Alright, so all you need to do is change this minus sign into a plus sign. We're going to copy that plus sign to make it easier, and go Control V on all of these minus signs or subtraction signs. Oh, I did it backwards. Control Z. There we go. Oop. There we go. Now it's non-visible. So this means that it won't be visible. Visible means it will be visible, which entails the name visible. So let me delete the breakpoint. We're going to add another line into our script. This will be for the button. So this will control what happens. So first we need to get the button. So button button.mouse button 1 click connect a function. You don't have to add player in there. Alright, so button.mouse button 1 click connect function end. In that area, we will have to type in this. So what we'll need to do is make button dot visible equal false, and then we want to play visible, and then we have to count how many seconds that's going to be. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about 0.5 seconds. So we go down here, visible, wait, 0.55. We make it a little bit of a different time. That way it has ample time to transition. Actually, let me do it. Make go wait. Let's do 1 actually. Wait 1 second, and then what we'll do is not visible right after that. We're gonna wait. It's time 0.55. And then we'll make button visible again. Alright. Our script is finished. Now let's go into the play mode and see what happens. First off, we start off at a not visible screen. Click this button. It transitions. 1 second later, transitions back. The button appears. Let's do that again so you can see what happens. Button gets clicked. Transition screen goes up for 1 second. Comes back, and the button comes back right after that. There you go. That is your transition screen on Roblox Studio. Thank you and have a great day. Hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you liked about the video. Was I too loud? Was I not? Who knows? Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.